Hello
This
everyone,
conference
good
will now
morning.
be recorded.
Hello everyone, good morning. So let's start
Hi,
with the
good
quick,
morning.
let's start with a quick introduction. So because that will help me to understand what is your background and how many years of experience you have. So what I need is your name, your current skill set of area of expertise that you are currently working in, how many years of experience you have in that area in SAP. And then the next thing I would like to know is that what are your expectations or why have you decided to go for EWM training? So one by one, can you guys go ahead with that? Your name, your years of experience, your main skill set, and why have you thought of going for EWM training? Or means what is your motivation or what is your driving factor that you decided to go for EWM training? So, okay, first I'll start with myself. My name is Anup and I have around 15 years of, it's 16 now, 16 years of experience. And I started my SAP journey with SAP MM. So then MM, then WM, and then last 7 years I'm in EWM. So I have worked on several implementation projects with all of the global clients. And I'm certified in EWM. I do corporate trainings and so yeah, that's quick brief about me. So let's start with you guys. So who's
Hello,
going
Suresh.
first?
Hey, Suresh, this is Vijay here.
Yeah, hi Vijay.
Hey,
Good morning.
good morning.
So who's going first with a quick introduction? No one want to talk? Okay. Okay guys. So so today we're going to discuss about what is EWM and a brief introduction about EWM, what are the functions, features, processes, etc. Okay. So just quickly tell me if you have, means if any of you have already worked on in some areas of EWM or WM. How many of you have WM experience? WM, MMSD. At least just say yes, I have experience in MM or WM. I have experience in SD.
Yeah, I have experience in MM and WM.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, I have 7 years of experience.
Okay. Okay, guys. So what is the one or two questions that are in your mind before we start the training, right? So you will be thinking, this is first thing I need to know, and then based on that, it will help me to get clarity, and then I will decide whether I should go for EWM or not, or about any generic questions which will give you clarity about what you should be doing. So do you have any such question in your mind? For example, generally everybody will have question, what is the difference in WM and EWM? That is one thing people will say. Oh, how or why it is better than WM? Why SAP has EWM as a warehouse management solution? And then what are the key functions, features, or benefits that it adds to? What are the values it adds to the business? So that it is, as of now, it is like one of the it is the best warehousing solution by SAP. So do you guys have any questions about EWM or about S4HANA or about anything? See, for me, it's I know what is through these slides. I will walk you through these slides, but that will become just like, okay, some trainer came and then he went walk us through slides and all that. But I want it to be different. I want it to be according to you guys. So based on your expectations, based on your questions, we can start, and then I will take it in that direction only. So if you help me, it will be better for you. But otherwise, I'll just go with the flow and I'll go one by one slide. So I'm sure everybody, when they come for the training, not only for EWM, any kind of training, they will have some expectations. So I will, yeah, so I want to understand your expectations. So then at the end, we meet those expectations and you are happy and everybody is happy.
Yeah, Manu.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, Suresh, my internet was slow. I think now it is better. Sorry, Anup. This is Manu. I have around four plus years of experience in SAP. So far, I don't have any questions. Please, you just continue so that we can ask you questions
Okay.
if we get any doubts and all.
Okay, guys.
Vijay? Hello. You can continue, and
Okay.
as and when required, we'll pop up.
Sure.
Yeah, Vikram.
Okay, guys, no problem. Let's continue and we will take up the questions in between while we are going through this. So then we will discuss about those particular questions. Okay, so what is the agenda or topics that we're going to discuss today? A quick brief introduction about SAP S4HANA organizational structure and introduction to SAP EWM. What are the SAP WMS solutions? And what are the landscape and deployment options, and how does data get transferred between ERP and EWM systems, and what are EWM standard processes, and what are the EWM features and benefits. Okay, so when we are in this training, so just I'm not sure whether, I think you guys will already be aware, so just want to tell you that the training which we will have is it's on S4HANA 1909 embedded EWM system within S4HANA. Okay, so yeah, so that's why we'll quickly discuss about the S4HANA organizational structure. I mean, everybody will be aware about the organizational structure because all of you are working in SAP. Doesn't matter which module, but you will have idea and understanding on the organizational structure side. So let's start. So these are some of the key principles for the intelligence business suite. Why I have put this first slide is because the S4HANA is understood, or it is assumed that it is a business intelligent business suite. So why SAP says that it is intelligent business suite, that is what that we see here on this picture. And let's start from here. We have end-to-end business processes. Each and every industry coverage solutions are available. Unified integrations, openness and modularity, robust reusable business processes, common data foundations, embedded intelligence, harmonized user experience. And then within this, we have like this customer experience, manufacturing and supply chain, digital core. Digital core talks about all of the core processes for each of the particular areas, then people engagements, and then network and spend management. So along with this, it is also connected with all of this machine learning and artificial intelligence and Internet of Things, etc., for analysis and other digital platforms that it can be connected with. So okay, so anything possibly when it comes to IT or infrastructure or technology or tools, anything that comes in your mind, it is all within SAP S4HANA. Everything is available and everything is possible. That's why it is called as Intelligent Business Suite. And these are some of the key principles to call some business suite as intelligent, because there has to be integration with the artificial intelligence, machine learning, IoTs, and then analytics. And then it should be able to connect with different kind of platforms like cloud platforms and then on-premise or hybrids. and then it should cover the core processes, and then along with core processes, then there are industry specific processes which should be able to plug and play. So it provides all of those functionalities, and that's why it is considered as it's an intelligent business suite. So what are the areas in S/4HANA? So we'll have asset management, finance, human resources, manufacturing, sourcing and procurement, research and development, sales, service, supply chain, country, region specific functions. Okay. So now I would like to ask a question to you guys. Which of these areas you think will connect somehow or touch base with EWM or warehouse? Which of these areas will have something to do with warehouse?
Supply chain?
Yes. Other than supply chain?
Manufacturing,
Sales.
sourcing and procurement.
Manufacturing, sales.
Yes.
Asset management.
Yeah.
Sourcing
Okay.
and procurement.
Yeah. So see, this, I mean, that's how everything is connected and integrated with each other. The process, there is no one particular area that it will, the whole end-to-end process only will impact and take place in one particular area only. It's not possible, because when you're working with sales, even though you are doing activities or performing your documentations for sale, but it will have impact on, let's say, finance side, right? When you are selling goods, so it creates entries in finance side as well. And then overall, whatever business company or an organization is doing, right, that will have an impact on finance at the end. Because if this is a company, and company will have its own profit and loss and balance sheet account, and they will try to publish their final accounts at the end of the financial year, and based on that, the company's reputation and company's revenue and company's doing good or not good, so all those things are determined or decided based on those reports, right? So when company is doing business, that is the main purpose of having a software in place. So all of their business activities, transactions, everything is recorded in the system, and then they can get all of the main KPIs or reports, which will help them to analyze their business as and when they need and based on their expectations. So each and every process and areas of SAP are integrated with each other. So just a high level enterprise structure in S/4HANA. Okay, so you have a company which is like the client at high level. Then you have a company code. Within company code, you will have different plants, and the plants will be integrated or connected or mapped with your purchasing organizational and the sales organization. So who is responsible to sell for that plant, who is responsible to buy for that plant. So these mappings are done, and then plant will also have shipping points. Okay, and then on sales side, you will have this distribution channel, division, and office and group. One plant can have one or many storage locations, and these locations will be mapped with EWM warehouse number. If these are managed, EWM managed location. So first they will be mapped in ERP warehouse number, because when we will be working with EWM, we will still need one intermediate warehouse number, which is 3-character code or 3-character or 3 numerical number in ERP side or S/4HANA side, which will be mapped with EWM warehouse number, which will be 4-character code. So I'll take a pause if you guys have any question.
What is ECI?
Yeah, what is ECI? Employee Central Integration.
Where you see what you're talking about?
Under company, it's similar to company code. Yeah, it's a personal area and personal sub area.
Yeah, this is related to the HR, or let's say HCM.
Okay, got it.
or these days, let's say it's a success factor. It's employee central integration related to the HR and talent side.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank
Now,
you.
yeah, for this SAP S4 HANA,
Yeah.
this EWM is embedded, but even here, the connection between the EWM and ERP has to be done, or like ECC, or
Yes. It more or less it will still be done almost same way. There are few things which are not required or not necessary when you are working with embedded systems.
okay,
Okay, and those things we will learn as and when we go and proceed in the course. But yes, more or less, I would say 75 to 80% it's still same. Few things are not required, and one example is when you are working with embedded system, you do not need to transfer your master data like material masters or vendor master, customer master, business partners. You do not need to transfer them from S4HANA to EWM because everything is within the same system, and system is smart and intelligent enough to read those. Otherwise, we had to do CFM1, CFM2. But when you are working with embedded one, you do not need to transfer through shipping.
okay.
Yeah.
So the data which is uploaded for S4, it is we can directly use it for EWM.
Yes, we can directly use it for EWM. It will be available for EWM, but for example, you upload 1,000 materials for S4HANA, okay, and for that plant. But one plant can have many locations, or let's say out of 1,000 materials, only 300 materials are relevant for your warehouse, not all, right? So for those 300 materials, you will means you can create it in one time only, means in one go. You will create your warehouse product. So just like when you are creating material master in ERP, if it is managed with WM, you will create a WM view, right? Yeah, just like that. If your material is EWM managed, you will create it for your warehouse. Create means just the data will be available. You just have to click on one button, create and save.
Okay.
Yeah, you can also automate that creation of whenever a new material is created for a particular plant and storage location combination. If this combination is managed with EWM, for example, here in this picture, we see the plant and storage location mapped with warehouse number, which is mapped with EWM. So in that case, you can also activate that automatic create the warehouse product. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else have any other question?
Anup, actually, so you said 300 materials for warehouse, right? So what if the warehouse is huge?
Yeah, that was I was just giving example. It doesn't matter you have 300 materials or 300,000 or 1 million or billion materials. You can still do with one go only. Okay. It's just
Okay.
one.
So
It's just one checkbox in your configuration. So when you create a new material, what you are telling to system that whenever a new material is created for this plant and storage location in S4HANA, automatically create my warehouse product.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, and when you are working with decentralized means two different systems, S4HANA and EWM in two different systems, or ERP and EWM, then what you will do is you will set up a background job. There is a program, right, that sends materials or the master data from one system to other system. So there is a program, these are reports, right? So these reports you can schedule as background job, and you say that whenever new material is created, it should be replicated back to EWM system. So it will automatically be done. So it's not that if volume is huge, you have to do it manually again and again.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. So next is just a quick introduction. So it's depending on the number, variety, and diversity of the products that you purchase, sell, or produce. You need different ways of storing these materials. when keeping only small number of the products in stock, which you can overview at a glance, you will not need a software supported system to keep track of your stock. Means when you have small numbers of products in your warehouse or in your whatever store or area, if by looking at them you can see, okay, these are this like 100 materials or 300 or 500 materials or 1000 material. If you think that, okay, by monitoring them just by looking you can see everything, then you don't need a software system. One Excel file is enough for you to manage that store. But if the volume, when the storing on the other hand has a large number of articles in different packaging and size, you will want to be able to find the right products in a short time. So when it's the volume or the numbers are small, you will decide based on manual decisions, and then you will say, okay, I will keep this product here, because you can see there are only one rack or two racks only, and you can see wherever space is available you will put it there. So you will just maintain in Excel file, just like this small, take any example of any small store. So you decide where you want to keep, wherever space is available you will put it there. But if this volume is huge and there are different sizes because of the packaging and because of the different size and volume, so in those cases you would need a software system. Okay, so that software system will help you to decide that where a product should be placed in the warehouse or stored in the warehouse, and then when you are picking that material for your outbound deliveries or customer shipments, then system will tell you from where to pick. Means if you want a system guided software solution, that means then you have to go for a software solution, and when it is required depends when your volume is getting high, your process is getting complex and all those things. So totally depends on the numbers, variety and diversity of the products that you purchase, sell and produce. Okay, so you need different ways to store those materials. So this is one of the key line that will help you to decide whether do you need an WMS solution or you don't need. We are not yet talking about EWM, we are just talking about normal generic WMS solution. Then it comes to which kind of WMS solution you need, that comes later based on this thing. So that is where we will have the understanding of the differences or benefits of EWM. So then we can propose to business that, yeah, these are the business values or add-ins that EWM as a solution will add, and that's why we recommend that EWM is the best solution for your warehousing in comparison to WM. So what are the basic functions of a warehouse? So the basic functions of a warehouse are to provide solution for receiving, storage and shipping. These three are the basic functions, right? And then yeah, for that you receive materials, you post goods issues, and then yeah, so you receive materials through procurement and you post goods issue for your distribution or sales and distribution side. But recently the warehouses are evolved to facilitate full-scale high volume and flow through distribution operations, aiming to hold less inventory and still providing goods to customer much faster than earlier with more precise timing. So extended warehouse management was introduced in October 2006, although it is not a replacement for SAP standard warehouse management application. It represents a new generation of SAP warehouse management software. So this is now about EWM. So what is EWM? EWM offers you flexible, automated support for processing various goods movements and for managing stocks in your warehouse complex. Okay, so it's recommended for the complex warehouses. Complex means the size of the warehouse is big. It's really a big warehouse. Then the size of the different products, the weight, model, serial number, country of origin, batch, valuation, complex cross-docking requirement, etc. The below paragraph, the third one. EWM is designed for the execution of complex supply chain networks. It is recommended for warehouse or distribution centers with high volume in number of articles, where you have really high volume of your materials, right? So, and then your products are different in terms of size, weight, model year, serial number, country of origin, batch numbers, and valuation, etc. And you have the complex cross-docking requirements and order fulfillment processes, where you have detailed packaging and shipping logistics. So if this kind of situation is there, then you should recommend, or EWM is the best solution to manage those operations and that warehouse. Clear? I'll just take a pause for 2 minutes. I would let you guys read this, what is on your presentation in front of you. Can you quickly read this, please? Because when you read it, see, when I'm explaining is different. When you read it will be different, because you will take it, you might take it in a different way, and then you might have a question. So just 1 second. Okay, so let's move on if no question. This is the overall SAP journey when it comes to the warehouse management software or solution. So initially there was no WM. Then they came up with lean warehouse management. Then after lean warehouse management, they came up with warehouse management, full WM. Then within WM, so means with WM, they came up with decentralized WM, decentralized warehouse management. Decentralized is when your warehouse management solution is in a separate server, separate box. So it's not, everything is not in the same system. And the reason for that was, one of the reason was the performance, because WM is your logistic execution system, where you have the operations ongoing and running all the time. So it sometimes causes the performance issues in your ERP system, and you do not want your ERP system to be slow, because that is where your all core processes runs, and especially the finance. On finance side, if there are issues or if the postings are delayed and so on, so it can impact your business and it can give you wrong outputs. So you do not want to impact that. So that's why SAP has recommended to some of the clients as they can use SAP WM as decentralized. So the issues will not be there. And then another thing is that if everything is in one system, and then whenever system is down for maintenance and other activities, your warehouse operations are, you can't run your warehouse operations. But if it is in decentralized, then yeah, you can still continue with your warehouse operations in system as well as in real. But whenever your ERP system is up, then it will update and do the posting in ERP system. So then they added a few of the functionalities to this WM and decentralized WM, like cross-docking, yard management, value-added services, and TRMs. Okay, so this was called as ERP EWM. Then they came up with extended warehouse management. Okay, so then from extended warehouse management, there are always, like with each release, each year they have some, they are always making improvements in the solution based on the customer's request and customer's inputs. And then this S4HANA has come, and then S4HANA, within S4HANA, EWM is there, centralized and decentralized, all those options are there.
Can you please repeat what is centralized and decentralized warehouse?
Yeah. Centralized is if it is within same system. So for example, if you are working with warehouse management, you are working within one system. Generally, most of the people work with centralized warehouse management solution because everything is within same ERP system. That is centralized. But if all of your core processes are in ERP, but only EWM is in a separate ERP system, but in that separate ERP system, you do not use anything else other than warehouse management. So you have two different server, two different systems where you have to integrate with each other through RFC calls, and then the data will be communicating from one system to other system. So that is decentralized.
Okay, so which means the EWM in ECC, you can say that is always in a SCM box. So it's decentralized.
Sorry?
No, I'm saying EWM in ECC, because when you are having EWM in ECC, it is always having a separate box for it, right?
No, when you say EWM in ECC, that means EWM is one of the application component which is added as an add-on component to ECC system itself. So you have, see it in other simple words is that to execute your work, how many system you log in into. If you say ECC means EWM in ECC, I would assume that it is embedded EWM component within ECC or ERP system, and you will log in into one system only, where you will see on easy access also one node and folder for EWM. Also in configurations, you will see EWM configuration options. But when you say decentralized, means not in ECC, then you will log in into ECC for your delivery and goods, mostly you will create your purchase order, sales order, inbound delivery, outbound delivery. But for EWM, it will be decentralized. That means it will be a separate system. You have to log in into a different system. Then it will be decentralized, and then in that system you will process your deliveries and your EWM specific activities. It will come in next couple of slides. Then you will get clarity if it's not clear yet. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So see, this is centralized. This picture is about centralized. Okay. So where you have ERP system, once this, see this overall, this boundaries you see, this is a server. Let's say this is a server. This is ERP server or ERP system. In this ERP system, you have MMIM, means inventory management, shipping. In inventory management, you post goods received and goods issues. That creates a transfer request in your warehouse management, right, WM side, but it is in same system only. So you can go to transaction codes for the transfer request and transfer order. This transfer order, you will create a transfer request, you will create a transfer order. And these transfer orders are used for your put away or picking from the warehouse bin. This is clear, right?
Yeah, clear, Anup.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, same way, if you are working with shipping, it means you have same system. You are working with shipping means you will create deliveries, inbound, outbound deliveries. Those delivery will also trigger a transfer request in WM side. And everything is within same system, and then again you will create transfer orders to move the goods from one place to other place. This is centralized warehouse management within ERP system. Now next picture.
Anup, one question.
Yes.
So what is the necessity to create a transfer order here? We can directly do put away or picking.
No, put away or picking will be done with reference to a document. You cannot just do it because you can see it. You need a reference document for that.
You mean to
So
suggest like CO?
yeah, that's like CO. So see, for example, you will receive goods with reference to a purchase order, right? When you receive a goods from with reference to a purchase order, goods will be
Yeah, yeah.
received here in interim area, this area. But from here, system will create a transfer order, or you will create a transfer order. So while you are creating transfer order, system will tell you where you need to do put away into which bins, which are the bins according to your put away strategy. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
And first, I'll come to those pictures later. First, I want to talk about decentralized now. So you have ERP system and then one more ERP system. Now you have two different systems. When you have two different systems, data is always communicated through deliveries. So even though you do postings in inventory management, MB1B, MB1C, and MyGo and all those transactions, when you do some posting, system will create a delivery by default, and that delivery will be distributed to ERP, and in other ERP warehouse management, again you will have the transfer request, which is the delivery is your transfer request, and with reference to that transfer request, you will post goods received here, and then you will create transfer orders to do the put away and picking. Just in this case is that what differs is you have two different systems. You will log in into two different systems. And when I say you will log in into means, see, if you are working in warehouse, you will not log in into two systems. You will always log in into this system. But if you have one system only, then all the processes are integrated with each other and take place within one system. But if you have two different systems, this system is only for the warehouse people, and this system is for rest of the people, MM, IM, finance, SD, QM, PP, and all other areas.
Yeah, okay. Now, see, that is what I was trying to ask. Like, so in ECC, you don't have EWM into the same client where you are having IM or SD or whatever, all other modules. But for EWM, you have a special SCM server, supply chain server. And for each and every transaction, you have to log in into SCM, and then we have to process it. And there is a RFC going on with both the server, which is communicating each and every material movement.
Yes.
So that can be termed as decentralized warehouse, right?
That is correct.
Okay. So that was my question. Like, what exactly should be decentralized? So you mean to say centralized EWM will only be in S4HANA, because in S4HANA it is embedded, or else it is decentralized?
Yes. So see, what first is means what you are saying is correct. I agree with that. But what I am just a little bit doubting here is that I'm not sure if you guys are clear about what is S4HANA and what is ERP. Okay, so just let me put it. Let me take 2 minutes. One is that see, earlier you were or you might be currently working with ERP system, and then ERP also is or can be integrated with the EWM system as a SCM box, which is again now you will see in one or two picture. But S4HANA, what is S4HANA is? S4HANA is a replacement for ERP system in future for your clients. S4HANA will have all these same functionalities or core processes which are in ERP. So ERP will be no longer required in future. The clients will implement S4HANA. So within S4HANA, you will have embedded EWM that is centralized. Otherwise, you can have decentralized, just like this picture, which we have. Which I have more pictures. Just give me a few more minutes to walk you through. Okay, so we are currently talking about WM only. Okay, so WM you can have centralized and decentralized. Similarly, EWM can also be centralized and decentralized. So see, this is what you were talking about. So here we have ERP and SCM server. SCM server has the EWM. Okay, both are integrated or connected through RFCs, and data is communicated between both of the systems. So it is same. You connect with ERP or you connect with S4HANA. So S4HANA is the replacement for ERP for some of the clients who has already implemented currently, and for most of the or all of the clients in future. So then you will have here is S4HANA, and then here you will see SCM EWM, or you will see another S4HANA with EWM. So, but now the difference is when you are working with EWM, instead of transfer order, you have warehouse task. So transfer orders will no longer be a document for warehousing executions. It will be a warehouse task. Yeah, and see this picture, this one will explain about how the data is transferred between two systems, ERP and EWM system. So there is two type of data that will be transferred. One is master data. These are all master data: plant, shipping point, customer, vendor, material. This is master data. And then you have transactional data, which are your deliveries. Okay. So transactional data is transferred through distribution model, which is created for your warehouse. Master data is transferred through core interface SIF. So if you are working with two different systems, means if you are working in a decentralized environment, your master data need to be transferred. If you are working within one system, embedded one, then you do not need to transfer the master data. That is what I was trying to explain initially when we started. Okay. So now, did you get clarity or you got more confused?
Yeah, fine, Anup. No,
Okay.
no doubt.
Okay. So this picture we will come back later. First, yeah. So when you are working with decentralized, okay, we are this picture is about decentralized, means two separate system, whether it's ERP or it's S4HANA and EWM. So you will have a purchase order, inbound delivery. This inbound delivery will create an inbound delivery notification in EWM system, and that will be activated automatically or manually to inbound delivery in EWM. This inbound delivery is your warehouse request, or in WM terms, it's a transfer request. This document will be used for your warehouse task creation for put away and goods receipt posting. This is basic decentralized processes, okay, which I'm talking about and walking you through. With S4HANA, because everything is in one system, so this document will not be there anymore. So that I will show you in detail when we have inbound process, when we execute, or the day we set up the inbound process, that day I will show you this.
No, in S4HANA, I mean, it will be purchase order and two inbound deliveries in ERP and
Correct.
EWM, or
That is
directly one inbound delivery?
No, two. Purchase order, inbound delivery here and inbound delivery here.
So both will have the same number ranges or different number ranges?
It can be same, it can be different also.
Okay, so we have to maintain the number ranges, which means.
Yes, it's always you have to, means always the consultants will have to maintain the number ranges.
See,
Now,
Anup, if the number range
one
is
question
different from ERP to EWM, so tracking will be difficult, right? So if you go, so the number range is different from ERP to EWM. So when you if you do goods issues, the delivery will be created in ERP system, then the same will be replicated in EWM, right? So if the number
Right.
range is same, means it will be very easy to track the delivery. But if it is different, means so how we will go there and how you can get to know if the same delivery is.
It is no. See, what one is
posted here.
that it will not be difficult, or it will not any complications if you have two different delivery numbers for one document. Other is that delivery number is just a number range. It is controlled by number range, and you can have same number range in ECC and EWM. So it's not an issue or challenge. You can have any kind of number range which you want, or you want to set up. Okay, if you think that having same number range for inbound delivery in ERP and EWM will make it easy to understand. Yeah, so you can set it that way. It's not an issue or not a challenge. It's not a limitation of the system. System will give you all the
Yeah,
flexibilities
if I
and
go
based
to
on you.
EWM,
Yeah.
yeah, if I go to EWM, so how can I search it? I mean, if I have
Yes,
ERP
yes,
number, I can
that
search with ERP.
I will show you. I will show you when we execute or when we log in into system, right? In one or two
Mm-hmm.
sessions. So when we log in into system, then I will show you. Of course, I'll not just leave you just like because I explained this on first day, and now I will ask you to find your delivery yourself. No, I will show it to you how it will be searched. There are many possible ways, means more, at least 5 to 10 different ways that you can find your delivery. Okay, you can find it with reference to same
Okay,
number.
Anup.
You can find it with reference to different delivery number. Okay.
Okay, fine then.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So this is outbound process, and just one document will be missing if you are working with S4 HANA, the one which is in brackets. So in S4 HANA embedded EWM, this will not be there. Here in this process, as for HANA embedded EWM, everything is same system, and you will not have this ODR, outbound delivery request document will not be there. So you will have sales order in S4HANA. You will create outbound delivery with reference to sales order. This outbound delivery will be replicated to EWM. EWM also is one component within S4HANA. So it will create an outbound delivery order. This outbound delivery order is your warehouse request document, which you will use for your warehouse task picking creation and goods issue posting. When you post goods issue, this outbound delivery will
Inbound
be
side.
created. Sorry?
In the inbound side, the inbound delivery order is not created, is it? So directly inbound delivery and inbound delivery. Here in outbound, it is the outbound delivery order is also the new one which is coming.
No, see, it's not about the like order or something. It's just a name. So don't get confused, and you will get used to it, used to this when we do the exercises and execute couple of processes. It is just a name. SAP has given a different name. So in case of inbound, means inbound is different, outbound is different, and we cannot expect same name or same name in inbound and outbound. So SAP has come up with different names. So here we have inbound delivery, then inbound delivery notification, then inbound delivery. Now what you are linking or trying to connect, you are saying here my second document is inbound delivery, here also my second document is inbound delivery. So here in case of EWM, my second document here is outbound delivery, but here is outbound delivery order, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's just a name, okay? Because when you post goods issue for your outbound delivery order, system creates an outbound delivery in EWM, and this outbound delivery is EWM specific, and this will send update message, update or post goods issue information back to ERP or S4 HANA system, which will be creating material document and accounting document at that point of time. So it's,
So
I know
this
it's,
material document is created at the time of outbound delivery order.
material document will be created in always in ERP or as for HANA when you post goods issue or when you post goods receipt. So
No, I'm asking
here
it
you will
when it
post
will be
goods
created.
receipt. Sorry,
No, at the time of outbound delivery order or at the time of outbound delivery.
that is what I'm explaining. So what I'm saying is when you post goods receipt or goods issue, that time the message triggers from EWM to S4 HANA to update the material and accounting document. That means you post goods receipt for your inbound delivery in EWM. In case of inbound process, this document is used to post your goods receipt. So when you post goods receipt for this, it triggers one message and update this inbound delivery with GR information, and it creates accounting and material document. In case of outbound process, this outbound delivery order you use for your picking warehouse task creation, and you click on good one button is there, post goods issue. You post goods issue. When you post goods issue, here in EWM system create this delivery as a reference for your goods issue, and this delivery triggers a message to ERP or S4 HANA, not ODO, not outbound delivery order. Outbound delivery triggers a message to outbound delivery in ERP.
Okay.
because this outbound delivery is the reference for your goods issue.
And that is available in purchase order history, na?
Which is
So
no,
maybe
the
in
outbound
sales.
delivery will not be in purchase order history. We are talking
Material
about
document will be
outbound
available.
process. Sorry?
So material document will be available right after posting.
Yes, it will be available in ERP.
Okay. Okay, no,
Or
fine.
as if you are working with S4HANA, yeah, it will be available. See, even though everything is in one system S4HANA, S4HANA is about creating your purchase order, inbound delivery, outbound delivery, material document, stock overview, MMBE, and MB51, and all those things we will use. And all of the EWM relevant processes we will use execute in EWM, even though it is in same system. So we will say in EWM this is happening, in ERP or S4HANA this is happening. Okay, so your material document will be created here in S4HANA system when you post goods issue here for this document, and system bring this delivery as the reference for your goods issue, and it updates. And why system needs this delivery here? Why not directly from here to here? It is because if you have a delivery split, so this outbound delivery is the reference for what goods you have delivered to your customer. So sales order can be 100 quantity, outbound delivery can be 100 quantity, and this outbound delivery order also will be 100 quantity. But when you create warehouse task and somebody goes to pick, there is only 50 quantity available. So you say customer is really waiting for these materials and it's important for him. So instead of waiting for another 50 quantity while you get it or arrange it from somewhere, you will say I have 50 available and I'm sending 50 only. So he will say, okay, send it right away. I need it. So when you put this 50 quantity into your truck here and you post goods issue, you should post goods issue for 50 or 100. You should post goods issue for 50 only, because that's what you are sending to the customer. And based on your goods issue, also the material document, billing document will be created in ERP, right? So customer should pay only for 50 quantity which you have delivered to him. So for that reference, system will create this outbound delivery for 50 quantity only. And this 50 quantity will come and update here, and it will create the material and accounting document for 50 quantity, and customer is liable to pay for the 50 quantity. The billing document will be created. Now later on, when you have 50 more quantity available, then you will send this again another pallet of 50 quantity and post goods issue for that. So one more outbound delivery will be created here. Okay, and so when first delivery coming here, it will split this delivery from 100 to 50 original delivery, another 50 for the reference of 50 which is already goods issued. Second time when you have 50 available, you post goods issue. So here you will have two outbound delivery along with one ODO, two outbound delivery with 50-50 quantity goods issue completed. Here also you will have three deliveries now, one OD with 0 quantity, other two outbound deliveries with 50-50 quantity goods issue completed. That is a delivery split scenario. Confused?
Got it.
Okay, that is great then. If you guys got it, then good. Okay. So see, yeah, this is what some of you were asking question, if it is in same system or it's in different system. So this will also help you to get clarity on what are the possible deployment options for EWM, how the landscape can be. There are two different things. One is on when you are working with ERP, the upper one is with ERP, the lower one is with S4HANA. So depends if you are working on a project or you are working with a client where they have ERP. So with ERP, they can implement EWM on SCM server or a standalone or within same ERP system as an add-on. So you have SAP EWM on SCM server, EWM as standalone, EWM as an add-on. Add-on means your main ERP system for everything, and EWM also is connected to the same server. It's one additional component which is imported into same ERP system by the basis team, and all the nodes and configurations are available within the same system. SCM server option is where you have EWM along with other SCM applications like APO, like transport management, GTT, event management, etc. So standalone means only EWM is there in your SCM. No other applications of the SCM, only EWM server is there, and that is connected with your ERP. So these are decentralized options. Decentralized. This is the most common used EWM standalone. So this is most commonly used with ERP and EWM. It's always like they will have decentralized one. Same thing is available with S4HANA also. So with S4HANA, you can have it with SCM server, or you can have it as a standalone, or you can have it embedded EWM within S4HANA, which is from 1610 version onwards, and it is by default part of S4HANA, just like WM is part of ERP. Now EWM is part of S4HANA, and the companies, organizations don't have to pay additional licensing cost for EWM if they go with this option. It has basic and advanced, means if they go with basic, then embedded EWM is free. If they go with advanced, then they need to pay some licensing cost to SAP, because some advanced functionalities and features they need to be activated. So tell me guys if you still have question about the like centralized, decentralized, and what are the options available.
Even if at all it is embedded in S4HANA, we have to do the connections the same way
Yes.
which we do for
Yes, yes. So that was the, I think the question you were asking earlier, right? Yes. So we still have to do it. At least 80 to, yeah, around 80%, 85% we'll still have to do. A few things are that are not relevant in this scenario, but again, those things will take place again if you work with standalone, decentralized, like the setting for the shipping and all those things.
Okay. Now this the connections, who exactly does it? The basis flow does it, or the functional consultant?
No, then it depends now what kind of connections you're talking about. Okay, there is three type of integration. Okay, one is the system integration, other is the warehouse integration, and other is the delivery integration. System integration includes the RFC connections and all those logical systems and all that. That should be always done by the basis team. Then coming to the warehouse integration. Warehouse integrations we will do as a functional guys, as a functional consultants. Delivery integration also will be done by the functionals. So the system integration, like creation of RFC connections, defining logical systems, assigning logical system to the client, and then mapping these RFC connections and setting up the integration between system will be and should be done by the basis team. Other than that, everything will be done by the functionals.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Any other question?
Can you please repeat what basis exactly do that integration?
Yeah, so see, there are three type of integrations generally, according to me. Other people might say they might say different, or it's how people think. Okay, so according to me, there is three type of integration when you talk about. So one is the system integration, second is the warehouse integration, third is the delivery integration. So delivery integration is about the document type mapping, EWM and ERP. Doesn't matter you are working in same system or decentralized, you have to do the delivery mapping. So document type mapping. So done by the EWM functionals. Warehouse integration, warehouse number creation, plant storage location creation in ERP
During
or S4HANA,
implementation.
mapping with EWM and all those things, how warehouse number is created, where it is mapped, and what are all other integration settings for the warehouse connections, which is done by EWM functionals in your implementation. Then coming to
All
the
this can be done in
system
implementation.
integration. Yeah, so then it comes to the system integration. System integration is set up by the basis team. They will have the systems, they will create RFC connections and set up the RFC connections between two systems. And then they will create the logical systems and the mapping of the logical system with the clients. So that mapping and those few activities are done by the basis team. But they will tell you that what is the logical system name and what is the RFC connection, because you will use somewhere in integration that this logical system name and this RFC connection should be used for this while you are doing your integration for the warehouse and delivery.
Okay.
Clear?
Okay. No. Yeah. Okay. No. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. I hope that whatever questions you guys had initially when we started, at least 50 to 60% of the clarity now you got around those things. And the remaining you will see when you see the system, you will understand it. Okay, this is how it's working. And this is what he was talking about. And this is what we were having doubt about. Okay. So just
Okay.
yeah, so this is about like in ERP system or S4HANA, you could create your plant and storage locations, which are mapped with your ERP warehouse number. And this ERP warehouse is mapped with EWM warehouse number. So that we will see how it is mapped and where it is mapped during the training. Okay. But we still need an ERP warehouse number when we are working with EWM. But this warehouse number will not be copy from any other standard warehouse. It is just one new entry, blank warehouse, just a name and number. That's all, nothing else. So don't copy whenever you create a warehouse number in ERP for the mapping. Do not copy it from other warehouse. Just create new entry, give number and the name. So in S4HANA, this is how the mapping will be done. This we will discuss in detail when we talk about our structure setup and warehouse integration. So you will have a plant and you have different storage locations. These different storage locations and plants are mapped with your warehouse number, and then different storage locations also mapped with your availability groups and different stock types. A warehouse will have the assignment of your supply chain unit, and yeah, and a business partner will be mapped to your warehouse as a default party entitled to dispose. So these are the things, and here you see here this blue color is S4HANA objects, and the dark blue color is the EWM specific objects in S4HANA. So this picture we will means right now you might not be able to get to the whole clarity about this. Few things you will be able to understand, but the remaining you will understand when we do our warehouse creation and warehouse setup and integration testing.
So Anup, so what is the difference between SLOC and warehouse?
What is the difference between storage location and warehouse? Okay. See, storage location is more of a higher level and is when you manage stock at storage locations, you do not have a particular area defined within that storage location. For example, one building you can define as one storage location. Okay, if you define as one storage location, somebody will come and put materials anywhere they want and they feel, and then somebody will come and pick up from there and all that. Okay, so it's generic overall one building. But when the same building you say, okay, this building I want to manage with warehouse because there is more complexity, and I want system to tell me, and I don't like the way people are putting materials in this storage location or in this building. So where you want to have a mechanism and you want to define it, okay, further subdivision of your storage location. Like this whole building is your storage location, which is equal to one warehouse number. Okay, within that warehouse, let's say you have 5 floors. Each floor is your storage type. Then within each floor, you have left and right 2 different areas. So one is section 1, other is section 2. So each floor is storage type, and then storage section 1, storage section 2. Within section, then you will have, like for example, on each floor, on each side, left and right, there are so many shelves and racks. So those you can, that's where you can define your bins. So this warehouse will help you to map your store, map your the stock location or the storage location till the bin level. So it will help you to give you exact location of the products in that building, that in this building at this floor on left side on rack number 5, level number 3, on the back side on this small corner is where your product should be put away, or is where you should pick your product from. So it is more particular about your stock, exactly where physically it is available. Where storage location cannot give you that physical clarity where exactly it is available. You will say, oh, it's in this building, go and find it. Clear?
Okay. So you mean to say storage location is just like a Gordon, you can just put and pick the materials, but in other case like warehouse, you can achieve the multiple activities, correct?
Yes. See, one is that, okay, before, let's say you have not worked on WM, okay, you have worked in MM,
Yeah.
you have worked
Correct.
in MM, right? So when you have worked in
Yeah.
MM, whatever goods received, posting, goods issue posting you are doing in inventory management, all those are at storage location level only. But
Correct.
but physically you are still doing all those things which are done in the warehouses. For example, whenever you receive materials from external vendors, right, you always unload
Yeah.
those from the truck, right?
Correct.
Goods always come in the truck and you unload it and then you receive it. So when you are working without warehouse management, you just posting goods received and stock is updated at IM level in your storage location. Doesn't matter where it is. Even though it might be lying in your GR area only. But when you are working with
Correct.
EWM or WM, it will tell you that, okay, now you unload the materials, because it's one activity you are doing and that needs to be tracked, right? That this person is
Correct.
because
You will get the
if you are
complete
working
picture.
at if you are working at IM level, your supervisor will say, oh, you will say, no, boss, now I have so much work. He will say, what work you have? You only posting goods received and that's all. You will say, no, before posting goods received, I have to unload these 10 pallets from the truck. And then I have to post goods received and scan. And then after that, I have to put them into the storage location on floor 1 or 2. But when you are working at storage location IM level, there is no document for that track and for those activities. When you are working with the WM, there is a document for those activities and your time and activities can be recorded and accounted.
Yeah. Continue. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the organizational structure within EWM, like you have warehouse number and the storage location is the higher level, one top level ahead or one level above warehouse. So within means below storage location, you have warehouse number, storage types, storage section, storage bins, and quant data. Quant data is for the stock what you receive. The system creates a quant. And then one new thing you will hear or see here in EWM is the activity area. So activity area is a logical grouping of storage bins which is created in EWM to perform particular or specific activities. This we will see in detail. Activity area we will see later when we do our warehouse configurations and structure setup. Okay, so these are the I will let you guys read this. Okay, I'll go one by one, means I'll change the slides. I want quickly you guys to read this. These are the benefits of EWM. Okay, and then all this is what we're going to learn in our coming sessions and classes. So each of them might talk about one particular process which we will learn during the course.
Yeah, we going we'll be learning all the mobile data processes also, like the how to configure the mobile devices and the HDD terminals and all.
Yes, from functional side, yes, but from technical side, no. Because if you say, means I say functional side means how it is configured, how it is used, how it is changed, how it is used in different processes, how to test it, or how to execute processes using RF devices, mobile devices. Yes, we will do that. But how the screen will be changed, how the screen flow will be changed, how the function keys will be changed, how new to add a new field on the screen, how to add I can just explain it to you, but we cannot add that and we will not add that because that is a technical work which will be done during the project and developers will do the technical people will do that development.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay guys, quickly go through this, then I will change the next slide. And yeah, we will cover all of the topics of EWM, including the advanced topics. and yeah. So overall, it will be around 45 to 50 hours of training total. Okay, and totally depends on the participants. Okay, and based on your comfort level, we can decide in next couple of sessions. We can decide what pace we should follow, and then yeah, depends on individual batch. So it differs. Like sometimes you can cover two topics in one session and they are comfortable. Sometimes one topic needs to be done in two sessions. So it depends on the participants and each batch. So yeah, overall it's average, let's say 45 to 50 hours of training, where we will cover all of the topics of EWM. So anything that you might, if any particular topic you have a question about, whether we will cover that or not, you can ask now.
This VAS, I'm not able to see the VAS here.
Yes, we will do that. It will be here. If it's not here, it's okay. But yeah, VAS is one of the major topic. We will do that.
Okay.
It will come here somewhere. Yeah, it's here. This one, kit to stock, kit to order also is part of VAS. This is industry specific offering, but one second, VAS. It will be in our tomorrow's session where we talk about the all key functionalities of the EWM. So it will come tomorrow. It's okay, but we will cover VAS. VAS is one of the key functions of the warehouse.
Okay.
It is not added here because VAS also is possible earlier with the add-on component in WM.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So then we are done. We are done for the session. We will cover the remaining things. We will cover later tomorrow. Okay. So we will start from here. Sorry.
Anup, so can we create a WhatsApp group to track all the activities or any doubts is there? We can post in WhatsApp group for
no
this
problem.
individual batch.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
So,
I'll do it.
yeah, so you guys can coordinate with Suresh.
That will be very helpful.
Help you. Yeah, it's okay. You can create, and then you guys can reach out to me for any questions and clarifications while you are setting up or executing exercise. Yeah. Okay, guys. Then nice talking to you all, and have a great day. Okay, and then one more question quickly. So what time we should be connecting, in the morning or in the evening?
I am fine with the morning.
Anybody have really not possible for the evening, for the